And staying with the United States, reports say that President Joe Biden regrets dropping out of the race as he believes he could have actually beaten Donald Trump for a second time. Now, according to the Washington Post, the outgoing president has also acknowledged in private that he screwed up the presidential debate against Trump in June. Biden was unable to answer basic questions and at many times struggled to even identify the names of those closest to him. Less than a month later, the Democratic Party urged the 82-year-old to step aside, making way for Vice President Kamala Harris to replace him. However, his belated decision to endorse Kamala Harris gave the vice president only 3 months to build a campaign against Donald Trump, resulting in the Republicans sweeping all swing states and winning the popular vote. Now, reports say President Biden has been careful not to blame his VP, but he believes the results would have been different if he'd stood his ground. Meanwhile, supporters of Kamala Harris have time and again blamed the commander-in-chief for waiting too long to drop out, eventually weakening the vice president campaign.
Biden ran on the promise that he was going to be a transitional president and, in effect, have one term before handing it off to another generation. I think his running again broke that concept, the conceptual underpinning of the theory that he would end the Trump appeal. He would defeat Trumpism and enable a new era.
The Washington Post also reports that President Biden told his aides that choosing Merrick Garland as his attorney general was a mistake. The president thinks Garland was slow to prosecute Donald Trump for his role in the 2021 Capitol riots. Meanwhile, the Justice Department aggressively prosecuted his son, Hunter Biden, whom he pardoned, breaking a promise not to do so weeks before leaving office.
Okay. I'm saying asking for yourself, not the presidency, but for yourself. Do you feel like you are owed an apology by the president? Do you owe an apology to the American people?
I know what I said. I know what the president said. That is where we were at the time. That is where the president was at the time. I am his spokesperson. This weekend, he thought about it. He wrestled with it. And made this decision. That's what I can tell the American people.
Why should they have any confidence in anything else?
I think the American people understand, and I think they understand how difficult this decision would be.
Now, it's been said that President Biden was persuaded by his former chief of staff, Ron Klain, to pick Garland, a decision that didn't do him any favors. In fact, the pace of the investigation led to the appointment of special counsel Jack Smith, who just last month dismissed 2 federal criminal cases against Donald Trump in the wake of his victory.